The Coin Lady channel is pleased to have you back. In a recent live webcast, pro-XRP lawyer John Deaton denied claims that the SEC and Ripple are in settlement discussions by describing the current legal proceedings as scorched earth litigation and providing an overview of the debt. No settlement is being considered at this time. It has been made clear by attorney Deaton that there are no ongoing discussions about a settlement between the SEC and Ripple over the recent motion that the SEC submitted, requesting that Ripple provide audited financial accounts for the years 2022 to 2023. What happens next for XRP owners is based on post-complaint contracts that regulate institutional transactions, and this announcement was made on February 120 to 24. As far as I am aware, there have been no settlement negotiations. It is worth noting that this case is still being fought to the death, despite being at the remedy stage and maybe reaching a settlement soon. This highlights the intensity of the continuing legal war. Deaton shared his thoughts about the prospects of a settlement throughout their meeting. However, he now claims that no conversations are underway. The possibility of a settlement, in his view, is not far off. Deaton claims that the SEC may be open to settling if it thinks it may increase its chances of getting better terms than what a court decision would bring about. If they want to avoid another embarrassing decision, he made the following comment: maybe it will encourage them to seek a compromise, where they can spin it in their favor. I only wanted to inform you that today will not be the day for a settlement, but I am not disputing that one is conceivable or will occur. Therefore, we are moving deeper into the remedial stage of the case, and although an agreement may be made in the future, it is not happening at this time in light of the penalties and other legal considerations. Nobody brought up the fact that Scott is looking into Ripple's financial records and is investigating contracts made after the complaint was filed by the Securities and Exchange Commission, which is relevant to the topic of possible sanctions that the company could face for alleged violations related to institutional sales. The bulk of institutional acquisitions are allowed within the fine range of $10 million to $100 million, according to Deaton Ripple. Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple, made the astute comment that the company will wind up paying much less in penalties than the substantial sum invested on legal representation, roughly $200 million. Looking beyond the ruling, Deaton's point of view broadens the scope beyond the current trial and explores the possible consequences that may arise in the case of an appeal. It was brought to Deaton's attention that Torres made some very significant decisions regarding programmatic sales and the distribution of XRP funds. T is fairly confident that the Circuit Court of Appeals, a higher court, will agree with Judge Elisa Torres's decision to dismiss the case for early termination. He believes that these verdicts will likely be one of the legal issues closely watched by the cryptocurrency industry, along with the ongoing case against Ripple Labs by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. However, he acknowledges that there may be an attempt to challenge them. It should be noted that XRP is essentially a security according to the Securities and Exchange Commission, and that Ripple conducted a massive security offering without registering it. Despite the case's ups and downs, Ripple seems to be winning so far. This is especially true in 2023, when the judge presiding over the case and Elisa Torres determined that XRP sold on secondary markets did not constitute an investment contract. Still, something fresh is on the horizon, and one lawyer claims that Judge Torres has to rule on a specific request soon. In January, the commission filed a motion against Ripple, requesting that the company provide certain documents related to the issue. Essentially, they want the court to make Ripple follow the rules. You know, the company got back to us not long after that, asking for more time to extend the deadline. By February 12, when the arguments are completed, Judge Torres must decide on the order to compel. At least one lawyer, Bill Morgan, has come to that conclusion. The legal expert informed X about this and said that Judge Torres should decide on the next request to compel quickly because the discovery-related remedies are due by February 12, according to the current remedies phase timeline. Anyway, the trial is set to start later in 2024, on April 23, and it will be fascinating to see how the legal battle is handled. Until then, if you're curious about some interesting predictions for XRP's price in 2024, check out our latest video on the topic. Many in the cryptocurrency community are waiting for the long-running legal battle between Ripple and the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission to end, and it's possible that outside factors will affect the judgment when it occurs. Coinbase, a platform for trading cryptocurrencies, is the subject of a lawsuit that the Securities and Exchange Commission has also initiated. But in August 2023, Coinbase responded to the sexism case by attempting to dismiss it. On January 17, 2024, the case was heard by Judge Catherine Fillet. To be more precise, her choice might significantly affect the SEC use case versus Ripple. In its assertion, the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, states that Coinbase's planned loan product contains securities. However, Coinbase disputes this claim and argues that the authority does not have jurisdiction over it. If anything, this lines up with the accusations leveled against XRP. All of the endeavors to sell it were deemed securities, and that's saying something. Assuming Coinbase is successful in its appeal, the SEC's assertion that it has jurisdiction over Bitcoin businesses and assets might be undermined as a result. Furthermore, given the similarities between the two cases, it could deter the SEC from appealing the decision in the Ripple case, which the regulator has already stated its intention to do. As this was happening, Bill Morgan, a legal specialist, has decided to fight the foolish quarrel that has been driving down the price of XRP due to the dread, uncertainty, and doubt it represents. Down to the ground. In an effort to clear the air, he brought attention to a number of important points, including the fact that a settlement is completely out of the question. Perhaps it is time for a status report on the current situation. Considering that rumors surrounding the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit have started up again, it will be quite some time before this matter is handled. On January 11, the Securities and Exchange Commission (CME) filed a request to compel Ripple to provide its financial statements for the years 2022 and 2023. On February 1, 2024, Bill Morgan tweeted. He also brought up the fact that the SEC has filed a request to force Ripple to provide its financial records from 2020 to 2023 and disclose its institutional contract with post-complaint parties. As a result, the blockchain company said the request was both unnecessary and made at the last minute. That is the end of the video. Give my channel a thumbs up and subscribe if you like what you see. Goodbye, see you later.